This is Napoleon Bonaparte.
Bonjour!
He was born on the 15th of August, 1769.
Which means I'm a Leo, and Leos are natural-born leaders.
Sure.
You'll see why that is relevant soon enough.
Napoleon grew up in the Mediterranean on an island called Corsica, but left to attend a military academy in France, where eventually he joined the military, worked his way up the ranks, and became a general. It was around this time that France was caught up in a little old something called the French Revolution.
Which really is a whole other BTN story, but we're here now, so here you go.
The French Revolution was a period that marks the overthrow of the French monarchy, or king. Basically, people weren't happy with the way he was wielding his absolute power, spending all the country's money and making the poor pretty miserable.
So they kicked him out, so to speak.
Like most revolutions, things didn't go so smoothly. There was a reign of terror and a lot of these. A group of 5 leaders called the Directory took over and spent the next few years fighting wars with monarchies like Great Britain, Austria, Prussia, and Russia.
It was during those wars that General Napoleon managed to paint himself as a
Hero.
That is right, a hero.
Yes, that's right. And what was the other nickname you earned during battle? Le Petit Caporal?
It was an affectionate nickname and nothing to do with my height.
Yeah, fun fact. Napoleon is famously remembered for being quite short, but the truth is he was 5'7", which was the average height for males back then.
You hear that? I am average. Oh, wait.
Oh, and we should probably talk about the hat.
Oui. Unlike other soldiers, I wore my hat to the side, making it easier for my soldiers to spot me.
Oh, I always thought it was just a fashion choice.
Oh, oui, that too.
Anyway, Napoleon was pretty popular, but the Directory wasn't. So Napoleon and his supporters
threw them out.
Yeah, more or less. Napoleon gave himself the title of First Consul and set to work remaking French society. He introduced the Napoleonic Code, which gave people fairer legal rights, and his policies had a positive impact on things like the economy and education system. All of this seemed to make the people of France pretty chuffed.
Oh, I just love what Napoleon has done with the place.
And in 1804, Napoleon promoted himself to Emperor of France, because apparently that's something you can do. And so the Great Reign began.
Oh la la, it is raining.
Oh, no, Great Reign, as in R-E-I-G-N, reign. You see, Napoleon wanted to expand his influence and establish a powerful French empire. At one point, he and his military took control over parts of countries like Spain, the Netherlands, Italy, and parts of Germany. But like all good things, his ruling would come to an end.
Do we have to do this part?
Yes, we do. In 1812, Napoleon invaded Russia, and let's just say things didn't go too well. His army was weakened by the extreme cold Russian weather. And with a little help from Britain, Austria, and Prussia, which FYI doesn't exist anymore, Russia was able to fight back and eventually capture Napoleon in 1814. Napoleon was banished to a small Mediterranean island called Elba.
I was able to retain my title as emperor, though.
Yes, and in 1815 he managed to escape back to France. But it didn't last long. Oh, indeed. Napoleon was ultimately defeated by British and Prussian troops at the Battle of Waterloo, where he was again banished to an island, this time in the South Atlantic Ocean, where eventually he died on May 5th, 1821.
And that was the end. Yes, that was the end of the average-heighted, heroic Napoleon.
Yeah, but don't worry, because today your legacy lives on. For starters, Napoleon is the reason France looks like this. The Napoleonic Code that he introduced is credited as shaping modern legal systems around the world. His military tactics still influence strategic thinking today, and he was also responsible for spreading the metric system throughout Europe. But most importantly, he was the inspiration for the Eurovision award-winning ABBA song, Waterloo.
Oh, not this song again.
Oh you love this, don't you?
It is quite catchy, you have to admit.
Come on, sing it. You know it. It happened to you.
Waterloo, I was defeated, you won the war. Waterloo.